In the words of Bob Dylan, these times are changing. Yes, they're changing again because Megastructures is in fact getting a little bit of overhaul. Yes, Megastructures, the Ascension perk for, of course, Solaris, which was introduced in Utopia, is getting a little bit of a overhaul with the addition of Megacorp. Of course, what we had was 4 additional Megastructure that could be unlocked through the Galactic Wonders Ascension perk, and the developers were like, well, all of a sudden you unlock 8 extremely useful buildings. Of course, some of them a little bit more useful than others. That's a little bit of, a little bit of a buffet of buildings that you can build. Let's scale this down a little bit. Alright, so Galactic Wonders is going to have a change. Once you get the Ascension perk, you will get access to the following. You will get access to 3 technology types which will allow you to research. Yes, research. You won't be able to build them instantly. The Ring World, the Matter Decompressor, and the Dyson Sphere. In general, these are considered to be the strongest megastructures within the game as of right now. I'm sure some people could argue that the Panopticon is up there as well together with the Research Nexus, especially if you're playing a smaller empire. But still, the Matter Decompressor and the Dyson Sphere are incredibly useful to get a large amounts of those base materials, as of course, minerals and energy. Problem though, where do all the other Megastructures go? Well, the Strategic Coordination Center, Mega Art Installation, Interstellar Assembly, Science Nexus, and the Sentry Array are now their own unique technologies. It is now possible to build these without having the Galactic Wonders Ascension perk. Damn. Okay. That right there is a bit of a change to the Ascension perk system. And it kind of asks me the question, is this a good idea or not? Sure, they have become rare techs. That's fine. It just means that you need to have technological ascendancy, which of course is an Ascension perk to get a better chance to get the tech. That's fair. If you get a Megastructure in your space, you get another bonus on getting any sort of Megastructure related tech. Fair enough. But is this really the direction things should be going into when it comes to Galactic Wonders? Because you got your master builders, you got your habitats, you got other relevant things when it comes to Megastructures. Is this the direction things should be going into? Now, these are all in different research categories. Sentry Array, for instance, is physics. Interstellar Assembly and Mega Art is society. Even the Strategic Coordination Center is society. So that right there is interesting. And apparently at this time, we're also taking the opportunity to look at the placement rules for Megastructures, as they were not entirely consistent. So yeah, interesting. No word whether or not there's going to be any changes when it comes to building multiple megastructures at once. I think that one right there is one of the very first ones that you should ask yourself. Personally, what I would prefer if Master Builders was actually changed, so not just that it gives you a bonus, I think it's build time bonus when it comes to megastructures. Or at least it increases habitats as well, I believe. But it gives you the ability just to build more megastructures at once. It will basically mean it's a must-have right at the start of the game. Megastructures in general, I feel, are a must-have as well, even though right now they feel a little bit underpowered because of the new economic system and the Ecomonopoli, etc., and systems with mining worlds, etc., can really just outclass any of the megastructures early on as well. Instead, as of Death Diary 143, I would suggest the following. I actually feel that Megastructure should be removed from the entire Ascension process in general. And why do I feel like this? Megastructures, to me, and I think a lot of people can agree on this one as well, are constructed way too late in the game. Usually around, let's say you have your rush build, right? You're going for your Science Nexus. You get it by 2300. Fairly standard, at least in pre-2.2. That's fair. That's understandable. But Dyson Spheres, Ring Worlds, Matter Decompressors, getting them by 2350, 2400 is really, you're really starting to get into the end game here, and it's at that point, their impact is marginal, to say the least. You got your Echimonopoli. They are cranking out the alloys en masse. They're eating up minerals like crazy. You're building a wide empire. You can easily support that. You don't need a Dyson Sphere. You don't need a matter decompressor. So instead, here's my suggestion. And this is actually something I've been thinking about quite a lot, especially whilst looking at other Paradox games. Crusader Kings in particular has a system that I find is really cool, and that is the following. Set species ambitions. An ambition to build a megastructure, for instance, very early on in the game. You start off, I've talked about this before as well, you're a megastructure builder species. Let's say master builders. You turn it into a civic at the start of the game, for instance, and being able to build a particle accelerator around your planet, for instance, and then scale up from there on. A project like a Dyson Sphere or in a matter decompressor or something like that, especially a ring world, would take hundreds of years. Now, technically, right now, we could even start building a Dyson Sphere if we wanted to, because the tech is there. This is more of a case of willingness to invest the resources into it. But this should be a process that just takes a long time to do. And I actually feel that something like a Dyson Sphere, or more accurately a Dyson Swarm, should be an objective of a species early on in the game already. Maybe even 50 years into the game, maybe even earlier, as a long-term project with its own events attached to it. Very similar to the way ambitions work in Crusader Kings, where you can select an ambition and then slowly over time you build up traits, etc., and trait points in order to improve your character. Similarly, something similar could be done for Stellaris. Now, obviously, you would want to have multiple ambitions running in parallel. Do you get a bonus at the end for something? Maybe. Balancing would be incredibly difficult, to say the least, because some ambitions would automatically be more appropriate to take instantly. But the same thing for, say, the Ascension perks for accessing the Shroud. You're a spiritualist species. Have an ambition to access the Shroud. Overall, I actually think that the Ascension system is not that great. You finish a tree, you pick an Ascension. That's effectively how that works. I am personally not a big fan of that sort of approach, because it's basically a free thing for collecting Unity. Instead, I would do something like ambition points or something along those lines that will allow you to unlock, say, the next stage of a Dyson Sphere fairly early on in the game, and over time, you only get so many ambition points to actually fill up the amount of slots that you need in order to get to your ambition, and maybe at the end that there's like a happiness bonus on your planet. At the same time, this can of course be impacted by factions as well. Say you're spiritualist factions, they want to access a higher power. You got a builder faction that want to build a ring world. Okay, so that makes them very happy. Get a flat bonus on that, on happiness, once it's actually done, or at least in tiering slowly over time. Yeah, that's something that I right now, looking at how the megastructures are handled in the game, like you get your flat costs right at the start. You pay 15,000 alloys for a 5,000 for the Mega Art Installation Complex, and 15,000 more, and then another 15k, and then another 15k, for a total of 50,000 alloys. Sure, you can build a big fleet out of that. But is it really something to work towards? A Dyson Sphere or a Ring World, or Dyson Swarm, because Dyson Spheres wouldn't be practical. A Dyson Swarm or a Ring World, or even a matter decompressor should be such an achievement that you should have to work for it for hundreds of years, and not just 50 years and to spam one out. Sure, being able to build parallel things like habitats and stuff like that, that's fine and all, as well as building multiple megastructure in parallel if you have the right civic for it or something along those lines. That makes perfect sense, but I really feel that when it comes to the structures at the moment, they're really stuck in the framework of the Utopia edition of Ascension perks. I still think Ascension perks are great. They give nice flavor that you can pick on your empire. Technological ascendancy, some of the other ones that increase, the names currently elude me a little bit. But like I said, I really feel that mega installations and mega structures should be a parallel system that can be handled separately, with several techs that are attached to it, with long-term goals, unlocking new paths, unlocking events, uprisings, faction interaction, and it would also become a strategic target for another empire. Stop building the giant ball around your star, for instance. There's your CB, something along those lines. But yeah, megastructures are going to change in the upcoming update. There are some rumors floating around on what is actually going to be called. So that right there, I believe it's going to be Baxter. I'm not entirely sure if that is correct or whether or not the Stellaris Twitter was joking about that one. But still, you know, it's something to look forward to. 2.3 Baxter. It does roll off the tongue quite nicely. But still, hey, megastructures, they're going to change again. No longer will you get access to Ringworld's matter decompressors and Dyson Spheres. Well, you will get them through the Galactic Wonders build, but all the other ones, just through tech. In my opinion, just scrap the Galactic Wonders Ascension perk altogether. Replace it with something else, something that buffs builders or something along those lines. And let's take it from there. Make it an ambition of a species. A goal to build something massive, rather than just, oh, I can shoot faster now, and now I can also build a giant structure. I hope this video was interesting for you. A little bit more paper crafting than usual. I think these are things that should be thought about. I do think that when it comes to this, it's kind of being pigeonholed and not really going in the right direction. But then again, in the end, I'm just an asshole with an opinion, so that's not really something that I have a lot of feedback on. But still, we're going to go and wrap it up here. If you like this and you want to see more Stellaris content as well as different video games and talking about tutorials and stuff like that, then feel free to hit it up on the subscribe button. But still, if you want to comment down below and enter the discussion, feel free to join down below as in the comments, and then we can have a chat about it. What do you feel about megastructures? Do they still fit in the Ascension perk system? Should it be changed with something else? What do you think about having an ambition for a species? Give me your thoughts. We'll have a chat. Sounds like a good plan. In the meantime, we're going to go wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take good care of yourselves and, as always, each other.